We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is the regular meeting for Thursday, September 18th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. at the Emmett Shockley Administration Building. Mr. Cole, could you call roll, please?
Sir. Mrs. Cameron.
Present.
Mrs. Paez.
Present.
Mrs. Crumley.
Present.
Mr. Orozco.
Present.
Mr. Crow present.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Mexico, to the assembly for friendship among united cultures.
All right. Onto approval of agenda. Looks like there's one change. The out-of-state travel. It's going to be stricken item D, 8D. Is that my understanding?
Yes, Mr. President, we need to strike item 8D off the agenda. Unfortunately, the students didn't have enough cadets that were able to attend.
Okay. All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Paez.
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley.
Yes.
Mr. Orozco.
Yes.
Mr. Crow, yes.
All right. Put that on to NEA Deming.
No.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. On to superintendent reports and updates.
Mr. President, if we could bring up the update slideshow here. These are items that are just ongoing in our meeting. So Charles, if you can go to that, let's get you going there. There we go. All right. Remember, we want to keep an eye on our trends regarding our enrollment. Enrollment is tied to funding. Just a reminder, those are the reporting days there. It's the average of the 80th and 120th enrollment that's most closely associated with funding. Technically, membership is the actual number on 80th and 120th that the NMPD uses, which is slightly different than enrollment, right? It's kind of minus the pre-K kids that are not special education and a few other factors. So, typically they're pretty close to aligned, but again, we just want to keep a line on the trends. Next slide, Charles. This is just a change from our last meeting in some quick graphic form here. You can see overall in the district, since our last time we met, there's been 53 new enrollments, which is good. Again, as Ms. Kroll has stated for us, looking like we're going to be kind of a flat enrollment. We'll really take a look on the 40th day, kind of our first reporting period, which is the 8th of October. And we should get some preliminary 40th day numbers, hopefully by the next school board meeting. So I just want to share that with you. Next slide, please. And again, always keep an eye on kinder enrollment because that's where the future of the district lies with new kids coming in. Again, district-wide, a total of 8 new kinder since last time. Again, not a great increase. And then we'll kind of see what it looks on the 40th day. So any clarifying questions about the enrollment or more information that you need next time? Okay. Human resources. This is again, what we looked at last time. If you click on the bottom tab there, Charles, let's look at September. So if you remember what we saw in September, again, as of September, there were 160 new employees in the district. It was 30 positions that were open. Again, of the teacher numbers there that were listed. I'm sorry, this is this month. My apologies. Go back to August. I'm already in October. I can't get that far. There were 146 new employees in August. 23 positions were open in August. And now go to September, Charles, again. Now we're up to 160 new employees, 30 open positions. Of those open positions, scroll up a little, Charles, so I can see the headings. There's 14 teachers. Of those 14 teachers, 6 are special education. I know member Crumley had asked last time, hey, how many of those are served by long-term substitutes of the 14 open positions? We do have, I gave you a little sheet here. This shows you of those 14 positions, these seven you see here are covered by a constant long-term sub. The other 6, there's not a long-term sub that had been available to be there every day, so it's rotating. So we'll try to bring you that information each month. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any clarifying questions about HR? Any additional information you'd like me to include in the next meeting? So that concludes my updates for this meeting.
Okay.
President.
Okay. On to public comment. Do we have anything?
We do not have any,
Okay.
Mr. President.
With that, on to consent agenda. And I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mr. Orozco,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley.
Yes.
Mr. Kroll, yes.
Okay. That on to discussion items. There's none.
Mr. President, none this evening.
Okay. On to action items, consideration to approve budget adjustments.
Mr. President, to help us with these, as always, we have Mr. Madden.
Mr. President, members of the board, superintendent, we have several bars to for your consideration tonight. The first one, number 6, which was in your packet, is for Title I. We're moving from supplies to some professional development. The second one is also Title I. We're moving from salaries to supplies. So one of the bars that you guys approved for us had a lot of things in supplies because correspondence we had gotten from PED had some other of our grants in question. And so we put some Title I money in salaries to make sure we recovered for that. Since then, we have gotten those awards. And so we're able to move that money over to supplies instead of keeping it in salaries. Number 8 is our idea B. We're moving it some from PD to cover salaries. That is stipends for homebound, some people that are helping us with our homebound students. Number 9 is pre-K. We're moving from supplies to benefits. One of the things we were able to do last year was to take our custodian that is at my little school, which is only for pre-K, and we're able to allocate their salary directly to this grant instead of operational taking that. And so we did that towards the end of last year, and it did not get put in as part of the initial budget for this. So that's what that's moving for.
Okay.
Number 10 is we originally had done an initial budget for this one, putting it all in salaries. When it got submitted to PED, they said that they needed some additional information or wanted it allocated differently. So we are now doing it in salaries and benefits because there's going to be some tutoring and some additional support for those individuals. Number 11 is basically some carryover from last year that we're going to be able to spend this year. Number 12 on the enterprise fund, that is where we had that daycare in prior years. And so what we're putting here is the final payment from the state, plus those individuals that were working there were full-time 240-day individuals. So they accrued annual leave. Whenever they got moved from the 240 to a different position, they lost that annual leave, so we did the payout for them. So that's what those salaries are for that. The next two, the universal lunch and the rural and low-income schools, those are just adjusting down to the final awards because we initially planned on with the planning award, but now they're giving us the finals. Any questions?
Any questions about the board? No. If none, I'll entertain a motion.
I so move the approval of the budget adjustment request as we have been presented tonight.
Sorry,
I'll second that.
Mr. Kroll?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Orozco,
Yes.
Mr. Kroll, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Echo. On to consideration to approve Deming Cesar Chavez Charter High School provisional annual report.
Mr. President, to help us this evening, we have Mrs. Sam Gonzalez. There she is. Okay, there's Miss Sam Gonzalez. She kind of, no, well, I was gonna say they left. Miss Sam Gonzalez and the team from Central Charter High School. Miss Gonzalez is, as you see on the slide here, is we are required as a school district, as the authorizer to perform a monitoring and compliance for the charter school. It does require annual site visits. We have been using Ms. Sam Gonzalez in the past to assist us with this. I met with her, I learned about all the services she can provide. So as part of the compliance, she's going to share with you a little bit about the annual report. The reason why it's called a provisional annual report is that it is to no fault of anybody, is pending the New Mexico Vista's achievement scores that go in the report. The PED has not released those yet, but we do need to approve this evening, consider approval for a provisional annual report. And then once those Vista scores are put in there, the report will be complete and you'll see it again. Same thing, just with those new Vista scores for a final report. So Ms. Gonzalez.
President Orozco and members of the board, my name is Samantha Gonzalez, and I have been working with Debbie and Susan Chavez for the past almost year, I'd say, to get their annual monitoring underway. And I'm pleased to report that we've actually produced a report for you to review. On April 8th, I conducted a site visit to review all the indicators outlined in the school's performance framework. And then also several members of the team from Deming administrative offices to confirm whether or not the school was in compliance in terms of financial reporting, and then a few other sub indicators that are tucked into what we call indicator 3C, which is basically outlines, are they in compliance with everything that PED asks of them in terms of, are you doing your dash timely? Are you meeting NOVA reporting deadlines? And so on and so forth. And all of that information is available to you in that report. Would you mind can we open it? Oh, yeah, thank you so much. And so we've compiled a bunch of information. There's a lot of just, facts at the front. So would you mind just going down to the indicator ratings for me, please? Thank you very much. And so there's some academic data in there for you. I just want to point out that because the school is a high school, their vistas only captures how their juniors perform. And so when the school negotiated its contract, they opted to use interim assessment data so that they're capturing grades 9 through 12. And so it's just a wider breadth of data points for you to review. However, the school did not test all of the students outlined in its contract. And these are some areas where, hopefully this is an ongoing conversation, because what am I trying to say here? So basically it doesn't outline grades that they're supposed to test. What it basically says is they will use an interim assessment and test all students. Normally on an interim assessment, it's grades 9 through 11, but because the performance framework is a contract document, you have to be very careful. If it says all, it means all. And so these are areas, now that we're in this process of annual monitoring, it is at one point maybe something we'd like for you to consider an amendment to their contract. That's something we can talk about later. For example, another piece that we noticed is that we're measuring their interim assessments, but if we look at indicator 1C, we're using NM Vistas for their participation rate. So we're looking at whether or not students are making growth targets on one assessment, but then we're capturing participation on another. So there's just some things we'd like for you to maybe consider at some point in terms of cleanup so that the performance framework is better aligned with what the school is doing. I'm personally very proud of what they've accomplished this year. We've made really big strides in terms of how they're capturing data, how they're organizing their data, how they're utilizing data to then report back to their board. And so I will stop, and if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them.
I had a question.
Please.
I was reviewing the report and I saw that there were ratings for these mission specific goals. But when I looked at the mission specific goals somewhere in this report, numbers 1 and 2 were exactly the same. So I wasn't sure if that was a typo.
Oh, that could have very well have been a typo because they're very different. One is capturing seniors and then the other one is capturing grades 9 through 11. So if that is something that I missed, then I apologize and I'll capture that. I did put the trackers into the folder. I don't know if you have access.
We
to
just
that.
got this report.
Oh, okay, got you. And so, I did provide the trackers and the granular data for the 9th and up through 11th and then seniors, are there. But since, thank heavens, this is a provisional report, I'm happy to. Make that.
And to, Member Crumley, to your point here, I used some AI to help me summarize some things here. And to your point, it says goal 1 here, more than or equal, greater than or equal to 5, one of goal 1 in the mission results, right? A greater than or equal to 5 credits earned by 9th through 11th graders. That result was 65%. Then of course it says here description of the second one, same as goal 1,
But-
right?
okay.
That must be, even AI caught it.
Caught it too.
That must mean 12th grade, and so
Okay.
greater or than or equal to 5 credits earned, 87% for the seniors. So if I'm want to interpret this here for you, they're supposed to have a 70% threshold of more kids earning more than 5 credits or equal to 5 credits. The met that mission goal, and the underclassmen did not meet that mission goal. However, they were only short by 5%. So that's what I wanted to share relative to that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Any other questions by the board?
I just want to say, before you consider action on this provisional report, I want to thank Sam Gonzalez and Mr. Nunez and his team. I did learn in coming to this position, there's a breadth of services in this contract for monitoring that Ms. Gonzalez can offer that in the past we may not have taken full advantage of. And so it is our intention this year to make sure we use her skills and resources and technical assistance to greater effect to make sure we're meeting what we're supposed to be doing, and most importantly that the charter school is being successful to meet the needs of those kids that are there. So just wanted to share that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other questions or comments by the board? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the Deming Cesar Chavez Charter High School Provisional Annual Report.
I'll second that.
Mr. Kroll?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Camry,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mr. Crowe, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez.
On to item C, consideration to approve quote from CES vendor Coyote Cabling for security system upgrades for Columbus Elementary.
For this item, Ms. Stauffer is going to help us. This is, as you know, upgrading our security systems and cameras, all that stuff is an ongoing project. And so Ms. Stauffer has given you a summary here, and I'll let her begin.
Yes, President Roscoe, members of the board, Superintendent Wilderman, we are ready to completely replace the security system at Columbus and get all brand new cameras and video recorders, data storage. So I got a quote from Coyote Cabling, their CES vendor. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Any questions by the board? Pretty standard stuff. If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the quote from CES vendor cabling for security system upgrades for Columbus Elementary in the amount of $99,677.02.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yeah.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes,
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Kroll, yes. Thank you.
thank you.
For that,
And now to consideration to approve annual preventative maintenance plan for 2025-2026.
Skip D.
Oh, did I?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, okay.
Consideration to approve quote from CES vendor Four Rivers Inc. for multi-use playfield at Columbus Elementary.
Mr. President,
Apologize.
again, we have Ms. Stauffer for this. Again, she's gonna go over this, but this is just a replacement of the worn out play field at Columbus, and so we want to make sure we keep that up to date. So, Ms. Stauffer?
yes, I got a couple of different quotes. This is also a CES contract price. The field will be a Shaw system, similar, same manufacturer as the softball field we installed a couple of years ago. So they're a licensed and registered vet. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Questions by the board? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
So is this, excuse me, is this a new field or is it a
Replacement.
So where is it located?
So there's Columbus and then there's the playground and then it's elevated. Then there's the play field.
Oh, okay. I guess I haven't seen it.
It looks like a wall behind the jungle gyms when we go down there and we have the dinner and we can see the jungle gyms. It looks like there's a
Oh,
wall.
okay.
That's actually a field. Up.
Oh, okay.
I'm 16 years old, so it's time.
Mr. President, I would move to approve the quote from CES vendor Rivers Incorporated for multi-use playfield at Columbus Elementary in the amount of $526,265.49.
I'll second that.
Mr. Crowe.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes,
Mr. Kroll, yes.
Thank you for your support.
thank you.
Thank you.
Now on to item E, since you guys didn't let me a little while ago. Consideration to approve the annual preventative maintenance plan for 2025-2026.
Mr. Duarte is gonna help us with this. This is a very extensive plan he has to put together, but I think a couple of it's really a large compliance piece. I think these two big bullets that we have here kind of summarize the importance of this report. But I'll let Mr. Duarte share anything additional that he may have regarding this.
President of the board, members of the board, Superintendent Wagamuth. So, pretty standard stuff. Didn't have much to add since my tenure's real short still. I did update some goals we had. Updated some of our as-builts that are in there. And everything will be in red that has been added. And hopefully next year's preventative maintenance plan will have more of my stuff implemented in it. So I stand for any questions you may have.
Questions by the board? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move that we consideration to approve the annual preventive maintenance plan for 2025-2026.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes,
Mr. Kroll, yes.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alvaro.
Thank you.
On to item F, consideration to approve memorandum of understanding between Deming Public Schools and Help New Mexico Head Start for the 2025-2026 school year.
This is an ongoing MOU. I'm gonna ask Ms. Sweeney to come up to answer any questions because this is really her area of expertise. She did provide you, with these key bullets here. And typically, correct me if I'm wrong, Amber, this really supports, is it 4Y and 3Y or
It's
just 3Y? The 3Y. So, Ms. Sweeney, anything you want to clarify or add?
No, it's just an ongoing MOU we've had, when the students transition on their third birthday. they help support us in finding spots to provide our students their needed accommodations and support that they need in the classrooms. So we have a classroom that has RST, a Head Start classroom. And then we also have a classroom at TLC, and we have one that we can put students in at FRC. So ancillary staff go there and provide the students and support, but we provide one EA and the Head Start provides the other EA and the teacher.
Would you say again where the Head Start, I didn't quite, there was one.
There's one at RST, we have one at RST, and then we have one at TLC and one at FRC.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
I was just gonna make a comment that historically, we've had a very good relationships with the Head Starts. And I'm glad to see that that continues. It benefits all of the children, especially the little ones.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
We make a motion that we consider the approval of the memorandum of understanding between Deming Public Schools and Help New Mexico Head Start for 25-26 school year.
I'll second that.
Mr. Kroll.
Sir. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Paez.
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley.
Yes.
Mr. Wellspun.
Yes.
Mr. Crowe, yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. On to item G, consideration to adopt revision of board policy CB1, evaluation of superintendent.
Mr. President, this is a policy that was brought forth to you all last time. A suggestion of legal counsel to make sure we had all the proper timelines and everything updated and some additional items from the local school board so we could move forward with my evaluation. I think this is on 2 slides, Charles. I think the next one has kind of some of the significant changes there. Note that when you approve this policy, of course, it's the second read of we did this last time. We did say 7 calendar days here would be where I would get to you to make sure we had a copy of my evaluation. So we'll move to this one. And then of course, our next one has to do with the template and the goals for myself. This is just adjusting the policy first.
Questions, comments by the board? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
Consideration to adopt revision to the board policy CBI evaluation of superintendent.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Paez.
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley.
Yes.
Mr. Crowe, yes.
All right. On to item H, consideration to accept the superintendent evaluation template recommended to the board by the temporary committee for superintendent evaluation.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll begin this on behalf of Ms. Crumley and Ms. Paez, and they can add in. So when they put this committee together to make this evaluation, we kind of had the broad goals and the scoring template along with some individual action items on one sheet. We really felt it was important, I think, in discussion with the ladies here, they asked for feedback from me, that we kind of split that up. That way you have an evaluation template that is kind of very standard that you can use from year to year, with any superintendent. And then annually we come together and do a separate set of goals and actions relative to the superintendent's evaluation, and those can change annually. That way you're not having to mess with the template every year. You're just we're just working together as a team to develop the actions and goals. So this is the template. I can let the committee speak more about the template itself, but I want you to know we had split those up into 2 spots. So I'll let Vice President Crumley and Member Paez add anything additional.
So when it comes to the template, we liked the where it says efficiency, highly efficiency, and the way it describes it, or the descriptors, as opposed to some other ones that we saw. So I feel like this one gives us a little bit more clarity as to effective, highly effective developing instead of just like a number system, 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is coming.
I mean, I think that the goals speak for themselves. As
Yeah.
far as Ms. Paez and I really took a lot of time discussing amongst each other what we felt was important overall. So these 5 goals are written pretty broadly. And then the attachment that we'll discuss includes more specific things that are measurable for Mr. Wolgamuth's first year.
I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to do this. I know it was a pretty heavy lift and taking time out of your busy schedules. Really do appreciate that.
I feel like we had a better understanding of what we needed to do, maybe from past attempts that didn't go as well. So and then we got a lot of input, so that was nice having input from the attorney, and then just us looking at it, discussing it. I feel like it's a pretty good place to start. So I'm excited about it. I feel like the wording is well worded also. So if you guys see anything that you feel needs to change or just let us know and we can put it in there too.
Any other questions or comments by the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move that we accept the superintendent evaluation template recommended to the board by the temporary committee for superintendent evaluation.
I'll second.
Mr. Crowe.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley.
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mr. Crowe, yes.
Right, thank you. On to item I, consideration to accept the 2025-2026 superintendent actions and goals for superintendent evaluation recommended to the board by the temporary committee for superintendent evaluation.
Again, I'll lead this off and let Member Paez and Vice President Crumley speak to this. So these were the measurable actions that were kind of on the template, but we split them out separately because we can revisit these annually as needs. I do want to say that I appreciate you know, the board members are working on this, and on behalf of the whole board, really I'm wanting to sit down with me as superintendent and get some feedback on you know, were these appropriate goals, too broad, too specific, in the right, you know, in the right lane of things we need to be working on, and I really appreciate that, and very happy that what was presented to me was a great framework for me as superintendent to operate and really identifying what some of those goals are. So again, when you look at this, they are arranged by those same 5 goals. I'm just going to kind of ask Charles to scroll through them, just that way you can skim through them one more time. Go back to the top, Charles, and I'll just kind of do a quick summary at the very top. So again, the one is about all the academics. So anything about academics are listed here in board goal 1, from general academic improvement to attendance to improved graduation, and a review of special education, and of course the requirements and reports. Again, I think these academic ones set a framework, right? This first year we got to set a framework before we set a solid plan. Number 2 is about you know, fiscal management of the district. Again, I think that these are pretty self-explanatory. Some of our largest cost of the district is always personnel. So we want to make sure that everything is well-staffed, and that we're spending that money, you know, to the taxpayer benefit, and it benefits our students. Goal area 3. These are, again, supervisory skills. Again, making sure we delegate. Me as a superintendent, right, being responsible ultimately for the decisions made here in the district, being out there with the principals and evaluating the principals and maintaining high visibility in our schools and community. Excuse me. Goal 4, making sure we have a strong relationship as a team. The school board and the superintendent are a team of 6, and when the team of 6 can row together, we can really meet these goals. And so these indicators are identifying what's important to you as a board and our relationship as a team of 6. Number 5, Charles, and it's our last one. And then, of course, student health and safety. Again, we've had some discussions about that already. I sense a great desire from this on you all receiving information and reporting, and then starting we're already doing this, but continue to build upon some district-wide SEL practices. So those are the 5 goals. I thought those are very fair, and on behalf of on behalf of the district, I appreciate the collaboration, and I'll work hard with the team here to make sure we can accomplish these on behalf of the community.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if I just want to make sure I shared that.
That covered it fully. I don't have anything else to add. I think the document speaks for itself.
I just want to thank you guys again. I know that, like I said earlier, just echo the same thing again, but I know it was a lot of work, and thank you guys for getting on top of this and meeting. I really do appreciate that. Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to accept the 2025-26 superintendent action and goals for superintendent evaluation recommended to the board by the temporary committee for superintendent evaluation.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mr. Orozco,
Yes,
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Crowians.
thank you. On to item J, consideration to adopt amendments to policy IH, student interrogations, searches, and arrests.
Mr. President, thank you. This is just we discussed this in our last meeting. A very brief policy update here to allow us to use a universal screening, right? AI weapons detection. Remember, we got this from a policy that was written already. We sent this to the lawyers. They had no concern with this. So the only addition that you'll see here is in blue, and it's just saying that universal uniform screening of all students and their belongings by authorized searchers may be conducted using a weapons detection system at school entrances. An alert by the weapon detection system will serve as reasonable suspicion for an individualized search. So that's the most important thing to remember. With students in schools, we have to have individualized reasonable suspicion to search, and that's just indicating that the screener will do that. So we're going to approve this policy, and administratively, we're working on proceeding forward on all those safety things that we discussed in the previous board meeting.
Any questions by the board? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to adopt amendment to policy JIH, student interrogation, searches, and arrests.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mr. Orozco,
Yes.
Mrs. Crumley,
Yes.
Mr. Crowians.
Okay. On to item 11, board announcements. Any board member requests for agenda items? None at this time. There will be a board work session held October 9th at 5:30 PM to discuss policy service advisories. Also, the next regular meeting will be held October 16th, 2025 at 5:30 PM. Both meetings will be held at the Emmett Shockley Administration Building, 400 Cody Road. And with that, we're going to adjourn the open meeting and enter into closed executive session. No action will occur in closed executive session. The board will discuss the following: personnel matters pursuant to 10-15-1 H2 of the Open Meetings Act, NMSA 1978, as amended for superintendent and deputy superintendent report on employee on administrative leave with pay, employee grievances, and employee issues. And entertain a motion to go into closed session.
That we go into closed session as it was reported.
I'll second.
Mr. Kroll.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Cameron,
Yeah.
Mrs. Paez,
Yes.
Mr. Orozco,
Yes.